ESPN. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Esports Broadcasting Network. It's Saturday night. Y'all know what time that is. That's time for NASCOMOnline Saturday night. Yours truly, Byron Rodney, up here in the booth. Why? It's been a while since I've been here. My normal life job kept me out of it, but I'm back. And the reason I'm back is because, you know what? They just can't afford to hire anyone with any kind of talent. NASCOM Saturday night, online, NASCOMOnline. You know what? It's the round of 16 in their playoffs. The playoffs are on. And guess what, folks? Not only in the playoffs, but tonight it's NASCOM Saturday night, 60 laps in the K&N cars, the ruckus at the Roval. We're racing the Charlotte Roval. We got the chicane on the front. We got the chicane on the back. We got open setups, K&N cars. It's all about who can get the best thing going with setups. They have control. Springs, shocks, tire pressure, sway bars, camber, caster, you name it in the steering. You know what? You set these cars up to handle. Whoever's got the best deal will go around this thing. Qualifying out there underway. Taking a look on the track. There's Mark Arthur in the Hello Kitty, My Little Pony entry laying down a qualifying lap here at the ruckus at the Roval, everybody. 79 degrees outside, track temperature 113, and only going to get warmer as these cars lay down some rubber. iRacing's a platform, ESPN's the network, NASCOM is the league, and we're working the new tire model on these things. New tire model on here. Yeah, you can blow a tire. How is it going to work on the road course? First new tire model race on the road course on these things. NASCOM Saturday night, ESPN. And Byron Rodney up in the booth. Saturday night, don't get any better than this. As the cars are out there taking their qualifying time, I'd like to take a couple of minutes and let's all stand, remove our hats, and salute our nation's colors. NASCOMOnline Saturday night. NASCOM's the league. ESPN's the broadcasting company. And iRacing is the platform, folks. You know, I said it was a round of 16 earlier, but I got to be honest with you. 17 cars are in the championship running right now. We're going to eliminate 5 of them. Right now, Mark Arthur who I've got on the screen right there, he holds down the points lead. He's got a 12-point lead over Dalton Kilroe. Russ Charneski holding down the third spot. The Boss Perry and Tim Bills round out the top 5 in points. Grumpy, James Bunce, yeah, he's going to be sporting a new paint scheme tonight, folks. I can't wait to show it to you. Matter of fact, let's see if we can catch old Grumpy out on the track right now. It looks like he's out there laying down a qualifying lap. There he is. Take a look at that car. He usually runs a Federated Auto Parts scheme, but he's got LB Plastics on the hood. We're going to give a shout out to LB Plastics. James Grumpy Bunce, he works out there, and you know, this truck driver, I deliver plastic pellets to places that manufacture things, hoping I take a load into them one time. Running the number 22 entry, Amazon.com on the side, Carrera on the back, and LB Plastics on the hood. And Mr. James Grumpy Bunce, like I said, he's holding down the seventh spot in championship points, 70 points back behind the leader, Mark Arthur. Marcus Hagman is your 8th spot, Adam Jocelyn 9th, Ty Marasco in 10th. Ryan Chips Ahoyser is holding down the 11th spot. Ashton Schleich, Michael Tipton, Tyler Geary. That's going to be 12 through 14. Kyle Vincent Gilbert, we haven't seen him out here racing in a while. Blake Decker, Samuel Baumgarten. But Samuel Baumgarten holds down that last spot. And I don't think I see Samuel in here tonight. Anyway, we're going to be cutting 5 off of that, and we're going to go down to 12. This is the first championship race, and we're doing it here under Charlotte Roval on the K&N car. Chevrolet chassis, Chevrolet power plant. Even though old Grumpy had the sacrilegious bone in him to go ahead and put a Ford Oval on the front of it, which I love. But of course, you take a look at the boss, William, Tex the Boss Perry. He's got a Dodge written all over his Chevrolet, so. But we don't hold that against him. Grumpy coming down, laying down, heading back for that back street chicane. Getting around there, riding it over the turtles. Gets close to the wall on exit. Brings her out. Runs it the rest of the way around. Let's see what kind of lap he lays down when he crosses that start-finish line. So far, I've got 5 guys. Take time. Make that 6. Dalton Kilroe got in there holding down the 5th spot. Grumpy heading around for the start-finish line. See what kind of time he can lay down on that lap. 1:21.622 moves him up to 4th in qualifying. See if I can spot anyone else out there on the track. Derek Paulson out there taking some laps. Number 6 entry. Ashton Slice, number 68 car. Oh, just missed the bus stop there. Only cars out on the track. Oh, Grumpy's still out there giving it hell. And the LB Plastics entry, number 22. James Grumpy Bunce. He's racing on a great machine. I know, I built it for him. Qualifying, 2 minutes left in qualifying. Qualifying will be coming to an end. We're going to grid them up and fire them off in anger. Here at NASCOM Saturday Night, brought to you by ESPN, Byron Rodney in the booth. NASCOM Saturday Night, the ruckus at the Roval. Little hot into the chicane there, boss. I see Derek Paulson still out on track taking qualifying, along with Adam Schleiss. We'll see what their laps come up with timing and scoring. I'm looking through qualifying. The lap to lay down, Brandon Howe. Now, I'm not too familiar with Brandon, but I'm going to get familiar with Brandon because look at the lap that he laid down, a 1:18.868. Almost a second faster than your second place qualifier, the number 12 entry of Mark Arthur. As we watch Adam Slice go around. He'll be coming around to the front side chicane and cross the start-finish line. We'll see what kind of time see where he slots in on his qualifying. Looks like I've only got 9 took time so far. This would be the qualifier lap coming up right now. Adam Slice with a 1:24.163 slots into the 9th spot. Moving Hoot Baker back down to the 10th. 10 guys take qualifying lap so far. Nobody else on the track. 8 seconds left in qualifying. We're going to grid them up, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to fire them off in anger here. Awful quiet out on that Roval when they're not running around. It is grid time. 60 laps around the Roval. The boss, Tex Perry, who sets these things up, looks like he just threw a funky one at me. Take a look at that pace car, folks. Normally we say, hey, the lights are on in the Ford Mustang pace car, but no, we're going to be running behind a Porsche tonight. Why not? Taking a look at your grid, starting on the top, on the pole will be Brandon Howe. Mark Arthur slotting in on the second spot, qualifying second. Marcus Hamlin, the world's fastest Swede, he's going to be rolling off on the third from the third position. Sam Baumgarten, yes, he is in there. He'll be rolling off from the fourth spot. Great qualifying effort from him. That is the man that is on the bubble right now. He's got the last spot of the 17. He needs to be in top 12 in points to transfer on. James Grumpy Bunt with his qualifying in the effort in the LB plastics machine, number 22. He slots in fifth. Patrick Cowgill sixth. Dalton Kilroe is going to roll off second. That's our second place points holder. Kevin O'Brien's going to go off in the 8th spot. Ashton Slice 9th. Hoot Baker's going to roll off 10th. The rest of the field is going to look like this. Angel Leedsman, Ryan Wash, Adam Jocelyn starting 13th. Ryan Chipsa-Hoyser starting from the 14th position. Derek Paulson 15th. Mike Tipton, Russ Charneski, Bob Lacavara. Welcome back to racing, my friend. He's been couple of months of traveling out there. I saw the pictures on Facebook from, where he was at. I'm glad to see him back as we see the field out on the grid behind the Porsche pace car. Text to Boss Perry, going to roll off 19th. Brian McRae 20th. And rounding out the field, running shot, going to be Doug Thompson. You see the pace car take off. See if we can't grab... everyone rolling off. Brandon Howe, that's going to be a driver to keep an eyeball on tonight. He has just been killing this road course. He's got the fling me on the hood of the 83, or the number 3 entry. That's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be flinging it around here. Normally, we're taking left-hand turns, folks. Even here at Charlotte, man, normally we're on the oval taking left turn. Another left turn. Hey, man, taking another left. Another left, and another left. But these guys are going to be pitching it right and left. Nice wide on the oval part of it, but when they dive down to the inner part of this track, it turns real technical, real fast. Watch the field circulating behind the Porsche safety car. iRacing's a platform. They're going to be lining them up. We're going to be firing them off in anger here very shortly, folks. As we work our way onto the backstretch part of the oval, we'll call it. Track temp out there has dropped a little bit, 109 degrees, but I look for that track temp to go up as these cars start laying down rubber and start circulating around here. 79 degrees outside here in Charlotte. NASCOMOnline Saturday night. Open sets, K&N cars, folks, it just don't get any better than this. Honest to God to tell you. Lights are off on the pace car. That means when we cross the start-finish line, when we get close to pit entry, watch the pace car take that hard left into pit road. These cars are going to be firing off in anger. Brandon Howe's got them held down right now. Mark Arthur in that second spot. You see how narrow that racing line is going into the chicane on the backside. Looking for the pace car to take its turn into pit lane. And as another broadcaster of mine, friend of mine, Mr. Tony Pat Trapasso would say, tell Grandpa that it's time to pop a Viagra and get it on. That's normally what we say at Green Flag. Normally we yell, green flag, green flag. You've heard the famous boogity, boogity, boogity. But tonight, folks, I told you, this is the ruckus at the Roval. Green flag's gonna fly, so there goes the pace car. Everybody, green flag in the air, and let's get ready to Roval! Brandon Howe fires it off, takes the lead. Mark Arthur rolling right into his tire tracks. As we make it around that first turn, I don't see anybody getting spun around. Hit clean start. We are underway. 60 laps here at the Charlotte Roval. Be interesting to see how far fuel can go. Better yet, with this new tire model that iRacing came out, be how long before they start screaming, I need tires. Working it around the Roval, coming down. Great weather, great view from out here. Take a look at what the helicopter's seeing. Watch this racing lines. He's got to come in. He's got to get higher on the binders right here. Duck it down, go inside, roll that turtle, and get a straight line on out, put the power down to the ground, don't spin the tires, and get back around. That is the Charlotte Roval, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Howe starting the point. He's going to be your leader. As we're working the first lap, Mark Arthur hot on his heels. The world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman. Keep your eyes on the number 99. That's my ESPN of the night driver to watch. I don't know if he's got anything for Brandon, but that man knows how to get around a road course. We've done it with some special events on when we ran the 24 at Daytona, run the 24 Spa. He put on a driving clinic for everyone. Sam Baumgarten working way outside out on that paint there. Number 53 entry. And James Grumpy Bunce in the LB Plastics machine holding down your 5th spot. Rest of your top 10. Wow, Patrick Calgary, I got to take another look at that. What happened? Dropped it down to 15. Must have gone a little off of the course there. It's not an easy course to run, ladies and gentlemen. Our leader's already stepped it out to a 2.5 lead. 2.5 on Mark Arthur, and another 2.5 back to the 3rd spot, Marcus Hagman. Got to go 2 seconds back to Sam Baumgarten. Dalton Kilrow moving himself, getting around James Grumpy Bunce, moving himself up to the 5th spot. And if I take a look at Grumpy, he is under attack right now by the boss, Tex Perry. Tex flying the ESPN colors. We thank you for it, boss. Tex all over the back bumper of Grumpy there as we have a tight battle. That is the tightest battle out on the track right at the moment, folks. Grumpy's doing what we call, he's taking a car that's what, 6.5 feet wide, maybe 5.5 feet wide, and making it look like it's 15 feet wide to Tex right now. Not easy to get around. Tex takes a peek to the inside, going to the inner part of the boot. Not happening as they roll it back out to the oval. What kind of exit Tex is going to get off of here is going to see if he's going to be able to get a run on Grumpy out there on the oval. Grumpy slides the rear end wide. That's the opportunity Tex was looking for. Tex has got the position down low, got the preferred line. God, that 22 looks pretty out there in the LB Plastics entry. Give that spot to Tex Perry. Move him up to 6th and Grumpy back to 7th. Now Grumpy under attack from Brian McRae in the 8th position. One car lap down already is Mike Tipton. Let's see, I think he might have looped it around. Let's see if we can catch that. Mike Tipton brought it pit side awful early. Was this a planned spot for him, or? Nope, just got way wide over to hit the turtles. Car got upset, the leaders got on by him. Oh, bad luck for Mike Tipton. Mike Tipton holding down that 12th spot. 12 cars are going to transfer on points tonight. Mike Tipton holding down the 12th. Going back to your leader. 2.5 seconds, folks. Let's see if we can catch what 2.5 seconds on the road course looks like. Not quite getting a good look. Okay, let's take a look. There is our leader. Start finish line. Second place, start finish line. Now you know what 2.5 seconds looks like, or 3.1 seconds looks like out on that Roval. Brandon Howe just stepping away with him. I've seen a couple of takers out there on pit road. Ryan Chips Ahoy's are in on pit road. Mike Tipton in on, still holding down on pit road. I don't know if these gentlemen know something that we don't know about tire wear or about how the race is going. You can hear them just wheeling them tires going around. The leader's still holding it out there. Closest battle I got on the track right now, I got Doug Thompson. He's getting all over the rear bumper of Hoot Baker there. And both of them trying to run down Russ Charneski's. We've seen Aspen Slice get it sideways, heading down into the inner boot there. Number 82 sporting the Virginia Tech colors. I don't know if they played today. Checking my messenger there. I'm going to hang out a big shout out to MK there, bringing the yay ESPN, or so I like to say, ESPN. Yay. Number 20, Russ Charneski, something happened there. He brought it way wide. Like he lost grip, lost traction, lost something. But 3 cars made it by him. Oh! Something happened there. Let's see if we can catch another better look of that. Russ Charneski and Hoot Baker banging it up there. Let's see if we can catch what happened. Russ Charneski coming around, Hoot Baker up over the turtles, making his way, ducks under Grumpy. Hoot just, all of a sudden just, tire must have let go, just cooked it right and brought Russ into the wall. Green flag stays out. I doubt we're going to have nothing but local cautions today. Back up front. There's your leader. Well, I guess his hood doesn't say fling me. It says fund me. Looking for a sponsor, Brandon Howe. Putting on a clinic on how to drive the Roval tonight. Mark Arthur holding down that second spot, trying to track him down in the My Little Pony Hello Kitty entry. Hello Kitty, My Little Pony. Working lap 70 and 60. We're out here on the Charlotte Roval, 10 seconds off of the leader. Marcus Hagman, the world's fastest Swede, still holding down that third spot. Sam Baumgarten moving it up to the 4th position. But Brandon Howe putting on a clinic on how to race this thing. Tell you what, let's see if we can, we'll take a good look. We'll take a ride along with Brandon here. When he hits that start-finish line, well, you all want to see what he goes through, how many shifts he has to do, what it's like, what it takes to get one lap around the Charlotte Roval. Ladies and gentlemen, worn tires and all, we're going to take a ride with him. All right, there goes passing pit entry, working down into the front stretch chicane. Drops her down, rolls over that turtle, brings it up hard on the gas, and takes it off, dives it off into turn 1. And watch how narrow this turn, that track gets. When you get around that turn 1 to the infield entry there, it gets awful narrow as we take a ride around with the leader. as he works the inside of the field. Very technical part of the track. A little bit of a dip and a downhill. Brings her all the way out to the grass, mashes the gas as hard as he can, stands on that loud pedal, then he gets up on the binders. Folks, that's a lot of work just to get one lap around this track, and we haven't even finished the lap yet. Coming out of the infield course here, back out to the back straight oval, where this year iRacing and NASCAR added a chicane on the back straight oval. So you just don't get it up to hammer down speed. Right about the time you get it to hammer down speed, there you go, you hear the shift. Now listen for the brakes and the downshift right about here. Yep, brakes it all the way down to first gear, ladies and gentlemen. Around that turn, up through the gearbox, back out on the oval again, another chicane, and we will be back over the start-finish line. Joining in the booth right now, someone we just saw get into it with Russ Charneski was Mr. Hoot Baker. Hoot, how you doing?
Doing a little better now. I got me a little glass of water there, and I put the car out in the pits there. Yeah, that wasn't good. We were having some mechanical issues, so yeah, I figured I'd just park her for the night.
Yeah, well, I see some guys have already taken advantage of pit lane. How was the tire wear, Hoot, with this new tire model out on this track on the Roval?
Well, I got to tell you, I didn't get a chance enough to, wear them in enough, but during practice and all, I mean, it seems everybody's got the setups fine. As far as the tire wear, we'll find that out once everybody gets in, if we can get some, once they get enough runs in to get that pit on tires or gas. But, they seem fine. Everybody seems to have been adjusting to them. I think they're a little more slidey, but that's just me.
Yeah, well, checking the weather out on the track right now, 79 degrees outside, track temperature at 107. Sun might be setting on them here. I don't know if you guys are going to be going into lights on in the track tonight or not.
Yeah, and actually I was not paying attention to the weather there as I was driving, but you're right. That track's a little hot. So it's maybe it'll cool down or get them a little bit grippier. But at this track it's not that bad. It's more about hitting those those chicanes, and it's and I was telling the drivers earlier that there's a lot of rumble strip you get there, but outside that rumble strip, those blue sandbags, they're very high.
Well, we were taking a good look. I was watching the Xfinity race on TV today, and they were taking a good look at those rumble strips. Yeah, those rumble strips, those are what they call the turtles, those blue plastic, and they're plastic, and they curve up about 6 inches. And we were watching them launch the Xfinity cars when they were hitting the turtles, launching that side of the car a good 1.5 feet up into the air.
Yeah, and of course I call them sandbags, because that's what they look like to me out on the track. But because you can pump those things up, but and they're just as hard, But they definitely, what they've done with this track is they're saying, okay, certain curves, we're going to give you a lot of rumble strip here. And we're also going to give you some rumble strip on some curves that you can maybe mess up a little bit on. But some of these curves we don't want you messing up on. You get a little bit of rumble strip. You deviate out of that, you're going to get that blue.
Yep, taking a look at Dalton Kilrow in the number 41 entry, trying to run down Sam Baumgarten. Dalton Kilrow holding down the 5th spot. Sam Baumgarten holding down the 4th spot. Dalton just doing everything he can to get right up on that rear bumper. We got a tight race for 4th place.
Yeah, like I say, we had a lot of people in practice. A lot of people have been putting their time in, and I'm sure some other drivers have driven this new Roval. I didn't personally have a lot of time on it other than practice, so but a lot of guys are just good at this stuff, and you're seeing it right here in that 3 and 4 fight.
Yeah, 4th and 5th place. Dalton Kilrow all over the rear bumper of Sam Baumgarten. He is good. It looks like Dalton can work that chicane a little better. And just as I say that, Dalton goes too hot in and too slow out. Gives up about a second of time to Baumgarten. And, oh, my gosh, now all that work that he just did to get right back up there, he just lost it. Closest battle on the track right now, that is your 4th and 5th place machine is Sam Baumgarten and Dalton Kilrow, respectively.
Yeah, and of course, it all looks good until you get right up there, and right when you get ready, and you're like, I'm catching the guy, and then when you catch him, it's a lot of times your arms stiffen up, and it's like, well, now I got to do something. And sometimes it don't work out so good.
Yeah, no, it don't work out so good at all.
Because then you pass the guy, and next thing you know, he's behind you. So now you got to deal with that. So a lot of give and take. Sometimes it's better just to sit back and stalk for a while.
Yeah, looking out the rear bumper of Sam Baumgarten and Dalton Kilrow trying to catch him there. You can see Dalton works this chicane a little better. He closes up that distance real quick. Well, 1.2 seconds now, but oh my God, man! Listen to Sam Baumgartner get on it.
Yeah, and everything that's going through your mind, when you're up front, it's like, I can't make a mistake. When you're behind the guy, you're like, well, I'm up on him. Do I go around him? And sometimes you want to sit back and stalk and wait on him to make the mistake. So, that's the easiest pass you can get, is just pressure and hope he makes the mistake.
Yep. Speaking of Sam Baumgarten, he came in as the 17th place in the points. We're cutting 5 off, so we get down to 12. Sam Baumgarten, he started 4th. He's still holding down that 4th spot. He's going to move up with some points. There's some names in that top 17 that I don't see here tonight. And, we're going to be making some moves up and down the list.
Oh, definitely. And I'm not fully familiar with the list, but I do know Sam is a rookie, so he's doing real well hanging in there and, showing it, making a good showing right now. And all you got to do is just hang on. Well, it's only how many laps to go now?
We are working lap 12 of 60 right now. As I'm looking at Mike Tipton sitting in the pits. Mike Tipton is holding down the 12th spot in the points. Well, he's tied for 12th between himself and Adam Slice. So the cutoff is number 12 tonight. And that looks like a bit of an extended pit stop in there for Mike Tipton, getting some damage fixed. Might have brought her into the wall. I'm watching the leader right now, Brandon Howe, starting to work up on some lap traffic. Just getting around Doug Thompson by the looks of it. No, that wasn't Doug Thompson. Who was it? He just got around Kevin O'Brien. Doug Thompson will be the next one up on his hit list for the leader, Brandon Howe. Brandon Howe's got a 4-second lead out there on the track, just putting on a clinic right now.
Well, again, you get tracks like this, and you'll find that you can take your top one driver in the series or whatever, and if he's not a good road courser, man, he might finish dead last here. But that's what equalizes it out, and that's why you like to have different tracks.
Yeah, I'm starting to see some green flag pit stops happening. Dalton Kilrow working his way out of the pits. Just made his pit stop. I see Brian McRae came out of the pits after his pit stop. Dalton Kilrow, the latest one to go fresh tires. Everyone else out there ahead of him is on 13, 14 lap tires, as no one else has hit pit yet. Marcus Hagman, something happened. Oh, it's having a connection issue there because it looked like he dropped out. But Brandon Howe, 5.2 seconds over your second place running entry of Mark Arthur.
Yeah, he's absolutely crushing it right now. But again, like you said, they're all out on, we got the first P6, 1 through P6 are out on 14 now.
Yep. And then the boss, Tex Perry, he's out there on Doug Pemberton, he's out there. It'll be interesting when they're going to bring it in. I'm really curious to see how are these tires last on this new tire model.
Yeah, I wished I'd have got enough of a run in to at least get out and get in and see what they look like. That just ain't in the cards for me.
Yeah, well, I'm taking a look at Grumpy Bunce. He's trying to run down Patrick Cowgill right now. Grumpy, he had a great start. He started out in 5th place. He's kind of going backwards, rolling down to 11th in the LB Plastics machine out here on the Roval. Like I said, when the race started, let's get ready to roll! NASCOM Saturday night. The ruckus at the
Kevin
Roval.
O'Brien around on the, looks like he can get out of that altering traffic.
Kevin O'Brien?
Yep. He's back out again. Didn't slow any traffic up. He's got damage on the car, but didn't see everything that happened.
Yep. Angel Leedsman bringing in his number 62 entry into pit lane.
Yeah, I mean the course is just brutal on the cars. It's you can bang the doors, do all this and that, and you can generally keep going. You unless you have a bad wreck, you're really not going to blow your engine here or screw it up. But you will beat the hell out of that car.
Yeah, as we've already been seeing, Mark Arthur's still trying to track down your leader, Brandon Howe. But Mark Arthur, Mark Arthur's got a 20-second lead over third place Marcus Hagman. So the top two have pretty much run away with it, but Brandon looks like he's running away with it just a little bit better, a couple of tenths every second every lap. I'm going to be curious to see how long these guys leave it out there and where they cycle back in on after the pit stops, the green flag pit stop. Because shoot, I don't think we're getting a full course caution today. There's no stages. There are no stages tonight.
No, I mean you're getting local cautions, and that's all you're getting. And of course, that doesn't really mean anything. It just lets you know that hey, pay attention to what's going on in front of you.
Yeah, and we're working lap 16 of 60 now. 4 more laps, and we're 1/3 of the way there.
Yep, and right now, we're seeing the top, 4 or 5. They're right now on 15, 16 laps, and of course everybody else is a lap down to them. But that'll change as they cycle through the pits. So maybe.
Yep.
But I'm not thinking a full pit here. It takes you a lap. So.
Well, before the leaders bring it in pit side, before we cover those, let's take a break for the pause for the cause for a little bit. We shall be right back. ESPN covers the Esports Broadcasting Network. Byron Rodney and Hoot Baker up here in the booth, and we'll be honest with you, why? Hey, he couldn't afford to pay anyone with any kind of talent whatsoever. So you got us, ladies and gentlemen. But we're taking a look at Mark Arthur right now, bringing it into pit lane. Your leaders are starting to make their pit stops. Our leader, Brandon Howe, was in the pit. We see Mark Arthur in the pit right now. Doug Thompson's in the pit. The only other car I haven't seen pit yet would be Sam Baumgarten. And he's still showing in third place. Sam Baumgartner brings the pit side too. Looks like, 17, 18 laps is going to be max on your fuel here, Hoot.
Yep, and nothing you notice on Mark's car coming in, there's no damage on that thing. So he's going to be in and out.
Yep, and we're going to have to wait till everyone's cycled the pit so we can see where timing and scoring. Well, your top 7, I should be able to, I can go ahead and give you a good quick rundown of the top 10 right now. That's going to be Mark Arthur holding it out in front of Brandon Howe. He was able to get in, get his pit stop, get out. He's got 6 seconds on, nope, take that back. Brandon's now back in the front. Timing and scoring on my top 10 hasn't caught up with us yet. Brandon out in front. Mark Arthur, 6.8 seconds behind him. Then you got to go back to Angel Ledesman. He's running 18 seconds off the lead. Or 18 seconds behind Mark Arthur, I should say. But Brandon Howe just flat putting a whipping on him. Adam Jocelyn moving himself up to the 4th position on that pit cycle. Adam not doing too bad tonight. Starting 13th, moving it up to 4th. There's a good run for the 83 machine.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, with these guys, you know, they're just great drivers. I don't get to race with them a lot, but they, you know, they're running the open sets, and you know, I never got about above a minute 28 around this course, and most of these guys are averaging about minute 23 or something like that.
Oh gosh, I have our leader Brandon Howe picking him up, putting him down, lickety split, man. When he gets 4 Dr. Feelgoods on the ends of his car, a minute 18, man.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely beating average. And of course, Mark, it looks like he's putting down about a minute 20. And like I say, your average right now, about a minute 22, 23.
Yeah, coming up on lap 20, a third of the way into this thing. No stages tonight. Working to Roval, the ruckus at the Roval here at NASCOMOnline Saturday night. Holy my God, man. Watching the leader just work his way around is a thing of beauty. Mark Arthur in the second place, 7.8 seconds behind him. You got to go another 18 seconds behind Mark to get to the 3rd place. Another 5 behind 3rd place to 4th. Another 3 to 5th. We have got them strung out all over the track. Closest battle I've got on the track, looking at my timing and scoring, is Marcus Hagman, 1.4 seconds behind Dalton Kilrow. That's your 5th and 6th position.
Yeah, let me circle back to Marcus here, and I'll tell you what, never met a nicer guy, and he's a damn good driver. When, you know, of course, he's over in Europe, so it's great for him to stay up and do this stuff.
Oh yeah, we really appreciate him putting in the late hours here. You know, bringing into the American service. But I tell you what, man, I raced with him on our endurance races for Team ESPN. I have learned so much about road coursing from what I call the world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman.
Yeah, and again, you know, you notice one thing you start to notice among these, you know, top 5, 6 drivers is they're generally keeping their cars clean, no damage, because you know that's one thing that's going to kill you, especially you know because it's not hard to go a lap down here. You know, you get that 30, 45 second optional repair.
Yeah, not hard to go a lap down at all. Hey, you know, all it takes is a momentary lapse, and you know, ask Alex Bowman. I was watching the last practice for the Cup cars over at the Charlotte Roval on TV. Alex Bowman, 10 seconds left in practice. Wads it up, has to go to the backup car.
Yeah, we were discussing that a bit in practice, and from what I understand, he got up, like you said, they got up on those turtles on that right at the end there, right? Had to go to a backup.
Yeah, and he was set to start second on the grid, so that's going to cost him. He's going to have to work his way up through the whole darn field if he has any chance.
I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised if the man was out late today and will be in there early tomorrow setting that second car up.
Yep. Taking a look at your leader, Brandon Howe, still rolling it out there, holding it high and mighty and strong on the whole run. And they're just strung out all over the damn track.
Yeah, I mean, Mark is apparently staying about 6 seconds back. I mean, he's keeping him in view, maybe not so much in view, but, you know, at this point, it's about getting your car around, getting it clean, and just settling in and just turning consistent laps. Because if you do that, whoever's in front of you or whoever's behind you, you know, consistent laps, it's going to make a difference because it's going to come to you, it's going to go away from you. Now it sounds like John Madden.
There you go. Well, we are working lap 21 of 60. We are a third of the way there. This is where mental errors are going to start coming in because, you know, it's hard enough to hit your marks, you know, lap after lap on a track that's got 4 turns. They're all left-hand turns, but these guys are having to hit their marks, you know, get to the brakes right, get to the gas right, get to the next gear, go up through the gearbox, down through the gearbox without breaking or shattering or hurting the motor. Oh my gosh. And then not to mention the new tire wear on this thing. As everyone's pretty much brought it pit side. Everyone, Ryan Walsh bringing it in again, but of course he's 4 laps down, more damage to fix.
Looks like your lone holdout is P9 there, Brian McCary. He's staying out. He's still on 15.
Well, he came in awful early. He's short pitted, so he put himself on a different strategy than everyone, hoping to make sure that it cycles out in his favor, you know. But when you're that far off on the strategy from everyone, it could cycle to your favor, it could cycle against your favor. I mean, look at Dalton Kilroe. He's short pitted a little early. He's out there on 9-lap old tires, where Mark Arthur pitted late. He's out there on 4-lap old tires.
Yeah, like you said earlier, it's a matter of consistency. And for me, you know, I'm not the greatest driver in the world, of course. I get a lot more consistent when there is another driver that I'm chasing in front of me, because I can kind of adjust on him. And when they're getting spread out like they are now a little bit, it becomes a little difficult because it's a lot of concentration. You're thinking about the guy behind you. How far is the guy behind me, in front of me?
Yeah, taking another look at our leader, Brandon Howes. He just goes right around. He's just setting him up, knocking him down, setting him up, knocking him down. Brian McRae is right on the nose of our leaders coming up on him. Now, Brian is the last car on the lead lap, 9th position. And the leader is closing fast on him. Brian on older tires, the leader on newer tires.
Yeah, look at his car. I can't tell. He doesn't have any damage on it. So right now, he's not in the bad position. He didn't really get a lap, but he's no damage or anything. Probably hadn't used his fast repair. So it's about time to take it in. Yeah,
16 laps. We've seen him whirl 18 at the most so far. 16 laps. He's got the leader breathing down his neck. The leader, Brian McRae, just came out of the chicane. The leader just come out of the chicane just now. And if you take a look from the chopper, I can see that the leader closing in on him.
Yeah, and that's got to be bearing on your mind because it makes you misadjust. You're thinking about your pit, the leader's coming up, and sometimes, it's probably time to take it in.
Yeah, there's your last car in the lead lap, the number 35 entry, Brandon McRae, and Brandon Howes is right on his tail going into the inner portion of the road course now.
Yeah, and he's
Brian McRae, let him on by. I'd look for Brian McRae to bring it pit side pretty soon here anyway. Next up on the hit list for your leader, Brandon Howe, is the boss, Tex Perry.
Let's see. What is Tex? Tex out on 7, so he's out like everybody else. So it might be your first legitimate out on the same tires pass there.
Yeah, I got my eyeballs on Tex on the ESPN machine, number 85 entry, Tex Perry. He brings it down to the back straight chicane. And here comes your leader, Brian Howe. He's now out on the straight. Just starts braking for the back straight chicane. So, you know what? I don't know. What do you think? Are we going to get someone that is going to put a hurting on this field, stink up the show, and put every car a lap down?
I don't see it. Oh, Mark Arthur just had a problem going in the chicane there. He recovered, no damage.
Well, let's take a look and see what happened with Mark Arthur. The number 12, My Little Pony, Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty, My Little Pony, My Little Pony. Whatever the hell. I love this paint job.
And I called it chicane, and that's probably the wrong terminology. Excuse me.
Well, I do call it a chicane. Yeah, he locked it up. Came in way too hot. Brought her, caught himself a little bit of a slowdown penalty. He was 8 seconds behind the leader. Mark him 13.3 seconds back behind the leader now.
Yeah, but again, that's not hurting Mark because he's not being pressed and no damage to the car or anything. Just a little drop back, a couple seconds. He's still on time, on target.
Yep. Back live, looking at your leader, Brandon Howe. Closing the rear bumper of the boss, Tex Perry. We're going to see how long that takes to last. There goes Tex. Here comes the leader. Tex is on the back straight. Leader is just now entering the back straight. Oh, this is going to get close before they might have to take another pit cycle. Working lap 25 of 60 right now, coming up on the halfway mark. Second place, Mark Arthur. Third place, Andrew Lettisman. This is a driver that started in the 11th position, is finding himself up in P3 right now, slowly tracking down the second place car, Mark Arthur. He's 20 seconds behind him, but he had a lot more than that earlier.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I've been watching the 62 car.
Taking a look at James Grumpy Bunce. He's got a little, he's in the LB Plastics entry. He's working a race with Patrick Cowgill right now. That's your closest race on the track for 11th and 12th position. Grumpy looking to get around the 31. I'm looking at the back of Grumpy's car. Looks like he got punted pretty good going into a turn.
Oh, it looks like got a little punt right there.
And he got punted again a little bit. Grumpy, you can imagine, he's not very happy right now.
That's Angel, the 62 car. And, 22's out of...
And Grumpy spins it in the inner sloop there. Backs it on down to the pit exit lane wisely so he doesn't get punted a little bit more. I think Grumpy's going to have to use that fast repair in this next pit cycle.
Yeah, and if anything, just to get his mental set back in it, because he's obviously, mental stuff comes into this, man, and it just gets bad.
I know they got the guys from LD Plastics on board watching the race tonight with Grumpy, and I want to tell them what a fast repair is. Here in iRacing on the platform, it is this is not a game, it's called a simulation. The track is modeled perfect, the cars are modeled perfect. You can adjust the tire pressures on the car, you can adjust the cast of the camera. We as drivers have a lot of control. Our crew chiefs, if we have them, if we're not playing crew chief, have even more control in the setup of the car. Let's get to the subject of fast repair. You have damage on the car, yeah, we go into the pits that simulates the repair. You see guys sitting in the pits for 5-6 minutes at a time. They're fixing damage on the car, trying to get the aero back in it, get the body panel straight and the motor running good. We have what's called a fast repair. In this league, everyone gets one. Once you use it, it's gone. So we watch Grumpy bring that car pit side, all the dents and dings and damage on his car will all of a sudden snap your fingers, bam, done, fixed. You got a brand new car heading out of the pits. You got one. Do you use it when you need it early? Or do you hold it in reserve for later in the race? This, with Grumpy, I'm going to say it'd be a case of the next pit cycle, he's probably going to do it.
Oh, absolutely. And the other things that are factoring in here is, like you said, if you come in and don't take your fast repair, you come in for a normal pit, you're going to take your what they call optional and required repairs. And the whole time you're monitoring the instruments in the car, you know what's going on with your hydraulic pressure, your temperature, your engine temperature, your water temperature, your oil temperature. You see all those things going on. And on a track like this, your aerodynamics is not that critical. So a lot of times you can sit like, Grumpy's doing right now, and he's staying out, because it's not really killing him right now.
No, but I'll guarantee you he's keeping an eye on the temperature gauges because let's face it, if you take a bit of front-end damage on this car, it's a full simulation. If it's simulated, it crunched down your airflow, you will blow a motor with some high temps.
Oh, yes, definitely. And you definitely watch that because, a blown motor, that is, 32 minutes. So if you don't have a fast repair and you come in with a blown motor, you're done.
Yeah, race over. You're just out there running for pride and points at this time. Taking a look at our leader, Brandon Howe, is still holding it high. 12-second lead over your second-place car of Mark Arthur. But taking a look at Brandon, he got around the boss, Tex Perry. Next up on his hit list is the number 3 is Sam Baumgarten. Sam is just now passing pit entry, and Brandon Howe is just now passing pit entry. So he's tracking down your 7th place of Sam Baumgarten. 7 cars on the lead lap, and I'd start looking for pit cycles to probably start happening again here within the next 5 to 6 laps.
Yep, definitely. And I'm looking right now at the number 2 car. That's going to be Mark Arthur, the number 12 car. He's P2, and he's got 2 pressure tires in the rest of them. So he might be pushing. He might go 1 lap more than the rest of them. See if he can get a little advantage if the other people need a little optional extra repairs.
Yeah, focusing in on the number 12 car, you can see him pitching it around that track, and you see that car sliding around on that track. Tracks, temperature on the track has come down to 100 degrees. They're getting a little more grip on a cooler track, but those tires are worn out. The rubber's laid down, and it's getting slick, and you see it.
Yep, but you see what Mark's doing through the whole race, not damaging that car.
No, he's kept it off the walls. He's kept the fender straight, and that is the key. But he has shaved a little bit of time off of the leader's gap. He's down to a 12-second gap where it was up to 14 there. He's cut 2 seconds off, but the leader's just picking him up and putting him down at a furious pace. Last lap, the leader ran a 121, and Mark Arthur ran a 120.
Yeah, absolutely. And you saw number 13 there, just let him go. Again, great series. great awareness on these drivers. They know where people are, what's going on. They've got their relative up. They know what's going on. They're not causing a wreck back there that's really going to screw somebody up then, and that helps Mark keep moving up and keep that car clean.
Yeah, and there's a lot of respect being given out here on this track and a lot being taken. And they haven't even got to the point where we hit the scramble button. As the cross flags are out, halfway there, working lap 30 up 60.
Yeah, and like you said right now, Brandon, and he's just putting on a clinic right now. Mark's staying in there. He's staying in the hunt, and that's exactly what he needs to do.
Got my eyeballs on Dalton Kilroe. Looks like he's trying to get around the boss, Tex Perry, down on the inner part of the track, coming out to the backside straightaway. Well, what we call straightaway, but it's part of the oval. Tex takes it wide. Dalton takes it low. Looks like Tex let him have it. Dalton runs away. Move the 41 up to P7.
Yep, and again, looking at both those cars, again, you see no damage on there. They're pushing those turns a little hard, but, that's what you got to do. And I think our leader's going to be coming in.
Yep, our leader's bringing it in pit side. So our second round of green flag pits starting to happen. We're going to have to see. Mark Arthur made up a ton of time on that last pit cycle on the leader. So maybe the leader missed his marks. I don't know. Brings it down to the first pit stall, hits his marks. Service happening for Brandon Howe. Mark Arthur, our number 12 entry. The Hello Kitty My Little Pony entry out there. Takes over the lead. Grabs that bonus point for leading the lap. I look for him to probably be bringing it into the next lap too.
Oh, yeah, you're going to grab that bonus point, and then you're going to see, can I get around here and get a good, clean lap, get in there. I know I don't have any extra repairs, whatever. And he might actually gain a few. Let's just see how many seconds I can gain on him by doing similar pit stops, but one lap off.
Yeah, exactly. And also, don't forget, this is halfway. We're working lap 31 of 60, and we're starting to see green flag pit cycles happen. So that means these guys are splitting this race up into quarters. Look for him to start pitting probably around, lap 45 as the money stop to run to the end.
Yeah, and we're not seeing, again, it's, you probably mentioned to the people watching, but it's course cautions. So you will have a course caution that if somebody messes up or whatever, it's just for that little part of the course. Everybody can generally get around it, and there'll be a yellow, just cautionary coming in through there, and then you can just right on through.
Yeah, we're not going to see a green flag restart on this thing with course cautions. It's just a local caution on the course only. It doesn't go full course yellow. If it did that, we might be here for another couple hours tonight. Mark Arthur is leading the race right now. Brandon Howe got in and out of the pits, and he is still, nobody else is really pitted. He is holding down second spot.
In front of Mark Stewart.
Let's see if we can catch what happened there. See who that was that brought it around.
Yeah, didn't affect Mark much. I'm still watching him. He just cruised right on through it.
That looked like Doug Thompson, or no. Patrick Cowgill, that's who it was. Let's see what can happen with him. 31 entry of Patrick Cowgill. He's running in 12th spot. Yeah, just lost the rear end coming around that corner up over the hill where the rear suspension unloaded. Didn't have a choice, looped it, safely got it back pointed straight towards the front.
Yep, which, Mark was coming up on him, I guess, and I didn't see it all, but a lot of times those things happen when you're watching a relative and you realize that the leader's coming up on you. Sometimes you overthink it, you overdrive it, and that's what happens. And lucky for him, it didn't affect the leader.
Yep. Well, I'm taking a look at Mark Arthur, waiting on him to bring a pit side, waiting on Marcus Hagman and Sam Baumgarten to bring a pit side as well. Tex the Boss Perry's still out there, as well as James Grumpy Bunce. It'll be interesting if we see Bunce use that fast prepare when he brings it on in.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you see, as long as Mark is staying out here now, a lot of times you see these strategies when you're on just open ovals with cautions. full course cautions. But he's really pushing here on the, on the Roval. That's probably 2 or 3 laps more than I thought he would have taken it.
Yeah, he's 15 seconds to the good over second place, Brandon Howe. But Brandon Howe is turning laps 2 full seconds faster than Mark Arthur right now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised he didn't take it in a lap after. But, it's all, every driver's different. And he may pay for it. We're going to find out, or it may work till he's good. But like you said, if he's coming up on him that quick, he probably might have wished he took it in sooner. Yeah,
well, the longer he holds it out there, the less real estate he's going to have to, or the more real estate he's going to have to make up when he comes back out of the pits. Because Mark Arthur's last lap, 121.419. Brandon Howe, 118.941. Almost a full 2 seconds. Or no, 1 second faster on that one.
Yeah, because like we discussed, at that point, when you're running P2, you got to think, okay, I'll stay out and I'll get my lap back. But I'm already P2. I can't afford to lose any more real estate, and that's exactly what he's doing right now. But he may, again, it's all about gas and tires.
Taking a look back at Grumpy Bunce, working up on the rear of Adam Jocelyn right now. Grumpy still has to bring her pit side. And the 62 entry of Angel Lettisman's in between them. That's your closest battle on the track between Grumpy and Adam Jocelyn.
Yeah, and they're both hitting as came pretty hard. Nobody wants to let anything go. At this point, when you're back there, hey, it's all on.
Well, I was talking to a lot of the drivers, and they're talking about those turtles out there that these cars get launched up sideways off of. But you kind of have to hit them, because if you hit them just right, it doesn't matter. You're straightening out the turns in that chicane, able to get the power down faster, able to get around that chicane a little quicker, and motor on down the road.
Yeah, copy that. And it appears Mark is coming in now for his pit.
Yep. Hello Kitty My Little Pony entry of Mark Arthur, number 12 machine. Bringing it pit side. Watching Brandon Howe going by start finish. Mark Arthur is going to come out with a lot of ground to make up after this pit stop.
Yeah, that's that's a risky run when you extend it out like that with the leader coming in front of you and staying out 4 or 5 laps. He's got better tires. Everything is just going to kind of go against you for a bit. So I kind of question that decision, but again, what do I know?
Yeah, well, it boils back to the guys on an oval track will stay out. You can extend that run praying for a caution, because that caution would be the great equalizer. Everyone else is going to go a lap down. You're still out there. You're going to pit and come back out in the lead of that thing. But with local cautions on a road course, it just doesn't work out that way for you. Waiting for Mark Arthur to come back around over the start-finish line here. And I will give you an interval on that. Right now, my timing and scoring is showing 18.5 seconds behind the leader of Brandon Howe.
Yep, and cycling back here to look at the P3 position again with
Angel Lettisman?
Yeah, he's kind of by himself right now. He's turning consistent laps, and he's just staying there. That's exactly what you got to do.
Yeah, we got it all strung out. 5 cars on the lead lap. Last one being the world's fastest Swede, Marcus Hagman, who finally brought her in pit side. Everyone has hit their pits for the next to the last stop. Everyone's going to have to bring it in one more time for that money stop. If we're coming up on, we're getting close to 20 laps to go.
Yeah, and again, this is all strategy, and you got to think Mark is thinking, because now he's 4 laps on tires outside of the leader, Brandon Howe. So, maybe that'll work for him. He's thinking a long strategy, maybe. I mean, he didn't lose the position by staying out like that.
No, he didn't. Brandon Howe just putting on a clinic. 21 seconds to the good over our second place entry of Mark Arthur. But you know what? Mark Arthur, he ain't no slouch himself. 22 seconds to the good over Angel Lettisman, who's in your third place. Dalton Kilrow, another 22 seconds back behind Angel. Make that a whole minute and 6 seconds behind the leader. And the last car on the lead lap, 7 seconds behind Dalton Kilrow, is your top 5, rounding out your top 5, Marcus Hagman.
Yeah, and I'm going to drop back for a little bit and watch the first car that's a lap down, Sam Baumgartner. I'm just going to watch him for a little bit. His car is beat up, but he's still hanging in there.
Yeah, taking a look at the 53 entry, he's still doing a good job hanging in there. But like you said, one lap down with no caution, no full course cautions, he's not going to get that lap back unless he does it the hard way. But with the way Brandon Howell's picking him up, putting him down, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and am I incorrect, or is his car a little beat up? He's just out on 2 laps, but so I'm not sure what. Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. He looks fine. And when you come down to these chases and all that kind of stuff, it doesn't matter if you're a lap down or whatever. It's all what position you're in. You could be 10 laps down and finish P5, and that's going to help your points. Doesn't matter. It's all about the P finish.
Sorry about that, Hoop. Had a little technical difficulty that I'm taking care of here. Hold down the fort for me for just a tiny bit, and I shall, actually, you know what? Let's take a pause for the cause, and we'll be back in just a second.
All right.
ESPN coverage of NASCOM online Saturday night, Esports Broadcasting Network. The platform is iRacing, the network is ESPN, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, NASCOM online on Saturday night, it don't get no better than this. That's the league. Bringing you coverage of the ruckus of the Roval. Let's get ready to Roval! Watching our leader. Huh?
I sure hope you don't get sued for that.
You know what? I said Roval, not the other one. Let me put it that way. Man, the leader just putting on a clinic. The closest battle I have got on the track, I'll be honest with you, is Adam Jocelyn, 4 seconds behind the boss, Tex Perry. Both of them a lap down.
Yep, and I'm just right now keeping an eye on Mark Arthur here in the P2 position. Yeah, he's just, he's doing his thing. He's driving around. He stayed out a little long on that pit, which a lot of us don't think, I wouldn't have personally done that, but what do I know? And, he's still maintained that P2 position.
Yeah, he gave up a good chunk of track space holding it out there. He should have been watching that relative, or as soon as he heard, the leaders in the pits, he should have come in right behind him. And Mark Arthur spins it, entry into the chicane, gets it righted real fast, tire smoke flowing, back up through the gearbox, back out on the oval part of the track, loses about 5 more seconds on that, but he's got a good 28-second lead over the position behind him. I'd say your top 4 are pretty much locked in there.
I'm going to tell you what, though. That is something that you really can't practice, and you don't learn that through experience, and I probably would not have been able to recover like that. That was an awesome recovery.
Now, you want to see what a recovery like that looks like? Let's go back and take a look at it from Mark Arthur in the cockpit, his view. And you can see him work this wheel. You'll see him watch this wheel. Down through the gears, brings it, a little too much rear brake. Look at that counter steer right there. Back into forward gear and off and running. Folks, that's what a professional looks like.
Yep, I've got a little bit of a delay on my broadcast there, but watching it now, and like you said, that's exactly what you do, man. You don't get flustered. You don't get, you figure it out. And, man, I'll tell you what, that's some sharp driving, dude.
That was beyond some sharp driving. Taking a look at the cars that have retired tonight, I've got, well, of course, Hoot Baker, who's up here in the booth with me, helping me out with the broadcast. Brian McRae, off the track. Kevin O'Brien, off the track. Ryan Walsh parked it. Mike Tipton, he was on tied with 12th spot. Where was he at in that points race? Yeah, tied with Ashton Schleiss for 4th.
Yeah, what I understood, Tippy was having some connection issues.
But then again, Ashton Schleiss, he is off the track as well. So we're going to have to see how the points shake out at the end of this one, folks.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was saying. You may go a lap down, you may go 2 laps down here. Depending on where you're at in the points, that really doesn't matter because it's about your finish. And we got number 6 sliding around there a little bit. No factor.
That'd be Derek Paulson. Let's see if we can take a look and see what happened with him.
Yeah, he just got a little coming out of the chicane there. Didn't affect anybody. But yeah, it's all about your finish. I may be 3 laps down. I may be 10 laps down. But if I'm 6th and if I'm coming into those points, and I think I said it before, it just, and a lot of times, these are the type of tracks you throw in here where somebody may be dominating the chase all season or whatever. Then you throw this corkscrew in there.
Yep.
Say, okay, let's see how good you are.
Taking a look at the front of the car of the 85 entry, it texts the boss Perry. Got some damage on that right front, like he's seen a wall. He's got Adam Jocelyn right in his tracks. Adam holding down the 8th spot, Tex holding down the 7th spot, Adam wanting to take it away from him. Right on the rear bumper of the boss, Tex Perry, as they come out of the chicane, back out onto the oval. Will Adam get it around under braking this next go-round? Tex takes it in deep under braking. Adam tries to cross him over underneath. He has got the inside line as they come up through the gearbox, heading off into turn 1. Will Adam be able to hold it? Yes, Adam takes the spot away from him. Tex looks for the crossover after turn 1. Not going to get there. Move Adam Jocelyn up to P7.
Yep, and I'm going to tell you what, it was some good driving right there because these guys know my car's good. It's not damaged. We're not done with this race yet. Am I going to fight this guy? Am I going to wreck him out? No, I'm not. But I am not going to give that position up that easily.
Now, Adam Jocelyn was able to get on the loud pedal a little bit better than the boss, Tex Perry. Tex with 2 lap pressure tires. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, we're
Oh, and look at Tex's car now. He does have damage on there, but again, at a track like this, the type of damage he does, it doesn't really matter unless he's having some oil or engine temp problems.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like he's going to have that. Just got a little bit of a wrinkle on the front corner, like he maybe got into the back of somebody, or got into a little bit of the wall, or too much of the turtles. Hell, I couldn't tell you.
And just for the fans watching, things to come in iRacing is eventually we're going to get to the point to where those damaged fenders you see, they're going to blow a tire.
Oh, no. This tire model does blow tires. We found that out in Indy.
You're right. I forgot we were on you're exactly right. I forgot we were on this tire model here.
Yeah.
With this car. It's not spread across iRacing, but these cars do have that.
Right. And the new damage model right now is out with the Skippies on the iRacing platform, the Skip Barber series, for anyone that wants to know. What we affectionately call the Skippies. That was the first car that iRacing modeled and brought out there. But they put a new damage model on there. You see cars on these broadcasts, get up into the wall, go flipping, turning, grabbing stuff, and nothing falls off of them. Well, the new damage model, if you see a wreck in front of you, you got to navigate a debris field because pieces and parts and tires and everything, lions and tires and bears, oh my, flying off the car.
Oh, yes. Yes, the Skippies are the custom model cars for iRacing, and that's where they put the new tires in and the damage models and all that. And so a bunch of us have been over and seen the damage models, and as Byron says, that it's coming where you will see the parts fly off the car and they will be on the track. And if if you're not careful, you run over that car, run over that piece of that car, and it will damage your car or your tire.
Matter of fact, folks, I'll tell you what. We've got, we're working lap 44. We're coming up on 15 to go. Let's take a break, and I'm going to show you a commercial spot all about that new tire model. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm a little delayed on my broadcast on my screen, but I see it. It's nice. Yeah, nice little promo. Glad you had it handy real quick.
All right, folks, there you go. You just saw it right there. It said coming soon. Well, it's out on certain cars and certain tracks here in iRacing, on this iRacing platform. Like I said, what we affectionately call the Skippies. And when they bring it to this series, and they bring it to the Cup series, and they bring it to the IndyCar series, and all the others that they run, it's going to take iRacing to a whole new level. Your wreck avoidance isn't just going to be dodging cars so you don't catch a car to the forehead. It's going to be all about, hey, I got to navigate this debris field. There's a tire bouncing down the track that I need to not run into.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be very interesting. And we got the leader pitting it down right now.
Yep, leader bringing it pit side for his money stop. That leaves him exactly 15 laps left to go. But, you know, while we were away and we were talking about all this interesting stuff, the leader got around Marcus Hagman. I have got 4 cars on the lead lap. Dalton Kilrow being the kill zone for Brandon Howe.
And it looks like, I think it's Angel bringing it down. Mark Arthur is now bringing it down.
All right, Mark Arthur bringing her pit side. Angel Lettersman, no, he's still out on the track. And Dalton Kilrow still out on the track, but they haven't gotten to pit lane entry yet. That's how far back they are off the leaders.
Yeah, I'm stuck. That's number 20.
And Angel puts it into the wall, trying to make the turn into the chicane. I do believe Angel may have blown a tire.
Oh.
Let's take a look and see what happened there. I'm going to roll back and put the camera on his right front suspension.
Copy that, and I'm going to stay on Mark here. Mark's now out of the pits.
Yeah, you can see that tire. I don't know if that was a blown tire or not, but it was not pretty, and he is stuck on that chicane out there. Hadn't moved it yet.
Oh, that's really bad.
Now he tows
such a good race.
Now he tows it to the pit side. Oh, that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, with this a few laps to go, that's going to be a killer for him.
Brandon Howe back on the track, out in the first spot. Mark Arthur back out on the track in the second position, 22 seconds behind. Dalton Kilrow now bringing it pit side. Got a feeling he's going to fall. You know, he's our third place driver. Got a feeling he's going to fall a lap down to Brandon Howe. And the only 2 cars going to finish on the lead lap are going to be Brandon Howe and Mark Arthur. Dalton Kilrow taking it off of pit lane right now.
Yep. And that's going to open it up a little bit.
Oh, as our leader spins it coming off a chicane.
Oh.
That's going to cost him time. He has got some damage on the left front of that car now.
Copy that. I'm staying on the P2. He's still running around clean. Mark Arthur. And this is actually putting our friend Marcus Hagman, though he's a lap down, he's now to P5, P4 maybe.
Well, I'm showing Marcus back onto the lead lap, but yet he is he's right there.
Ooh, and Mark Arthur getting a little squirrely coming out of that turn there. So he's getting a little excited, but he'll settle down.
Well, when he looked up at his relative and he seen that he went from 22 seconds down to 7 seconds down, yeah, he mashed the loud pedal a little harder.
And again, of course, all the viewers got to know that these aren't just things you're watching moving around these tracks. These are actually people looking at their screens and actually driving wheels and pedals.
Yeah, it's a full simulation. It's not a joystick controller, folks, or a keyboard, let me tell you. Watching Mark Arthur run, that last lap for the leader because of the spin was a 158. Mark Arthur ran a 142 on his out lap because of his pit stop. Let's see what happens here when they both cross back over start-finish line. Mark Arthur crosses the start-finish line a 119.8. The leader is running a 120.5. Damn near a full second off.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, in your headset and all this, you have crew chiefs. You have things you don't see here. You have crew chiefs talking to you. You got apps you're looking at. You know exactly what's going on the track. You know who's in front of you, who's behind you. You have crew chiefs advising you.
I'll tell you what, I have since I race in virtual reality with an Oculus Rift S, I have an app called Voice Attack. And I'm able to actually tell my crew chief, change right side tires only, and it sets it up for me. I don't have to push any buttons.
Absolutely.
I can ask it, what's the track temperature? I can ask it, how many laps of fuel have I got left? I can tell it, only put in 5 gallons if I want. I have adjustment over that. And a lot of the guys have different apps, and a lot of the guys run triple monitors, so they have button boxes they can do all the same thing with. I can't do that in VR.
Yeah, everybody runs a little different. They run different apps, this and that. I personally run triple monitors, but everybody has their little advantages they're taking. And, it's just like real racing. You can have better crew chiefs. You have lesser crew chiefs,
Well, the leader laid down a 119.2. Mark Arthur, the second place, laid down a 119.3.
I'm going to tell you this. I've been watching Mark this whole time you were talking. He's getting that ass in a little bit loose, but he's pushing it now. And now he's getting to the point to where he's been riding around, but now he's pushing.
He's pushing,
and he's throwing it. He's throwing that ass in around a little bit. So.
Yep, right there, throwing it. Really, you can hear it right there.
Yep. So he's not done.
He's like, I got 11 laps to go in this race. It's time to pick him up, put him down. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And I'm going to tell you what, he is cutting the lead time of the leader down. Leader was over 6 seconds. Now it's down to 5.7.
Yep, and they're both out on the same amount of tires. I'm not sure how that worked out with the pits, but, Mark didn't make the wise decision when, Brandon came down. He came in right behind him. So, that equaled the field as far as tires go.
Yeah, watching Mark Arthur, man, just throw that car around. Now I'm watching the leader having to work lap traffic. He's getting around the LB Plastics entry of James Grumpy Bunce, putting Grumpy down another lap. Grumpy, Grumpy going to be grumpy after this race, let me tell you.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time, right?
No, wouldn't be the first, and sure as hell ain't going to be the last, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, so I'm going to get back a little bit and look at Marcus Hagman here.
Yeah, taking a look at Marcus Hagman. He's got a clean and green machine there. Running that number 99 entry. He has made his last final pit stop with 11 laps to go right now. And holding down a strong P4 right now. 49 seconds out in front of the boss, Tex Perry, who's scored a lap down.
Yep. And like I say, a lot of times these fights, they're fun to watch up front, but a lot of the fights go in the middle of the pack, back of the pack. Especially when you get down in the chase series, again, it's not where you finish up front, it's where you finish in position.
Yep, and taking a look at our battles on the track, Russ Charneski coming up on Doug Thompson right there. There's the closest battle. Doug gets looped around a little bit. Russ has to hit the binders not to run into the back of him. And, now Russ gets around him. Move Russ up to the 11th position. Move Doug back down to 12th. Next closest battle on the track, Derek Paulson all over the bumper of James Grumpy Bunce. No, not all over. 2 seconds now. Then I go up to Marcus Hagman, 1.8 seconds behind Dalton Kilroe in the 41 entry. We got some battles starting to shape up towards the closing stages of this race. 9 to go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a few drivers that have stayed in. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a lap down, this and that. A lot of people are holding it back. They're watching it relative. They know who they're behind, who they're fighting. You're not fighting in the P1 position. You're fighting that other guy that's just ahead of you 1 lap down for position.
Yeah, and Mark Arthur has closed down the gap to the leader 5 seconds. As Mark Arthur works around Grumpy right now in the LB Plastics machine, getting around, moving up a little faster. Grumpy moving over, letting him by. Sportsmanlike thing to do. 5.5 seconds behind the lead is your second place machine of Mark Arthur. Okay, we're coming to the last closing stages of this thing. This isn't just a 4-corner track. This is the Roval. This is road course racing. You're turning it left, you're turning it right, you're shifting gears up and down. Tell me tell everyone listening how busy you are in this car and how tired you are right here getting this close to the end.
Well, of course, at this point, you're thinking, well, I've already screwed up a few times. Can I do this lap right? I've done the last 10 laps right. Can I continue to do that for another 5, 6, Because it can go, the minute you get up on that, you get it out of shape, that affects your mindset for a lap or two. You're just not confident in anything. And it takes you maybe a lap to get back in a rhythm. You can't afford a mistake right here.
No, and even though you say, wow, 60 laps, 60 is not that much. We watched 200 lap races before. 60 laps of right and left and up and down through the gearbox. It's a lot.
It wears you out mentally. I mean, it's not physically. It's not like we're out running a few miles, but physically sitting at the desk and working this thing and watching the monitors, mentally it is draining.
Marcus Hagman doing his best to try and catch up to the back end of Dalton Kilrow. Not quite getting there, but it's starting to close it down a little bit. He's within 2 seconds. I'm watching that battle go on the track, and I'm watching Mark Arthur doing everything he can to run down the leader, Brandon Howe. But I'm going to call it right now. With 8 laps to go, Brandon Howe it's his race to lose.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what you're showing, but I'm showing Mark about 4 seconds back. But again, like we said, when you get down to the end, it's like, can I maintain? Brandon is not showing any weakness or whatever, and Mark's doing what he needs to do, but is it going to be enough?
Yeah, where did Brandon Howe come from? I have to ask that question. I have not seen him racing with NASCOM in the races that I've done.
Well, again, he's showing a rookie tag in here, so NASCOM's very polite with letting people in and letting us run.
You know what? He's wearing a rookie tag, but he sure as shit ain't driving like a rookie tag. Pardon my French.
Yeah, and again, it might be, I'm showing he's in A class, so on the road courses. So, it all depends. But everybody in here is so classy in this league, they're going to let him have that win. He may be P20 as far as the chase goes. It doesn't matter. So that's what Mark is probably thinking about. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at Mark right now. He's closed it down to under 5 seconds. He is really laying the heat down. He is chopping 0.6 off of that last lap. Last lap for the leader at 1:19.866, and for second place, Mark Arthur was a 1:19.219. So he is working on it. The leader just did a 1:20.6. Mark Arthur just did a 1:19.5, chopped another full second off of the lead.
Yeah, and again, with Mark's headset right now, or his thinking is, I may not catch the guy. You know what? But I'm P2. I know where I'm at in the chase standings. So I'm just going to be clean. Nobody's passing me, and I'm going to get my points in my position.
Marcus Hagman slowly working into the lead that Dalton Kilrow has in on him. So we got a battle for first and second. We got a battle going on behind that for third and fourth. But I'm going to bring it back to Mark Arthur in the leader. Mark Arthur's chopped it down even more. He is under 3 seconds behind the lead now.
Yep, and he's still pushing that thing. He's still getting a little wiggly on that ass end. That just tells you that he is pushing. He knows that car right now. He's practiced enough. He's raced enough. He knows exactly what he can do with it.
We might have us one hell of an exciting finish. I'm going to have to be able to go back between first and second. Third and fourth is closing up. Marcus is down to 1.4 second deficit from Dalton Kilrow. You see the two of them right there. Same camera shot on the road course. You know they're close when you're there. And Mark Arthur is down to under 3 seconds between him and the leader.
Yep, and he just went real hard on that game right there, and man, it's coming.
I don't know if that damage that that leader got on the front of his car ain't helping him. I'm watching the leader sliding it around. You know, Brandon Howe has been holding what we call a pretty wheel all night long, but oh my God, he is now just throwing that car around, and it's fishtailing like crazy. Mark Arthur fishtailing like crazy. The boss Tex Perry in between them. Mark Arthur, he lost about a second and a half only on that, but he is catching up. He's down to 4.2 behind him.
He's still sliding around. And you got to think at this point, you're Mark Arthur. I don't know about Brandon Howe if he's in the chase or not, but I'm not going to wreck my P2 car to pass him.
Brandon is not in the chase. So Brandon don't have anything to lose. Mark Arthur, well, he's your points leader. He's got the championship position right now going into this race, a 12-point lead. But, oh my God, he's falling off. He's 5 seconds behind the leader now. The leader's got a little bit of breathing room. Marcus Hagman, he is not giving up. He is tracking down Dalton Kilrow right now, down to a 1.1 second deficit.
And again, these are things that I personally wouldn't do, but I don't know anything about being a chase leader. But Mark's pushing out there. He really wants to win this race.
Well, he's got 5 laps to make up 5 seconds. We'll see what happens.
I can only assume that he has enough cushion on his points that he can afford to do this.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mark Arthur's in a position that you and I have been in many times. You know who, and I know this for a fact, just like me, you have never, ever lost a race. You might have been a little behind when the time ran out, but you never lost.
No, yeah, exactly. I can just never beat the guy in front of me. I won every race I was in. And just some people finished in front of the race I was in.
Yeah, I just was behind someone when time ran out. That's all. Top 6 right now are all chase cars.
I got to tell you.
No, the second. Okay, I say top 6. It's 5 out of the 6. Brandon Howe's not in the chase. Brandon Howe, 5-point second lead. Coming up on 4 laps to go. It's his race to lose right now. Marcus Hagman has caught the back end of Dalton Kilrow right now.
I was going to say, you got to give up to Dalton and Marcus for just hanging in there. Like I said earlier, you can be a lap down. Doesn't matter. It's all about your P position. And those guys are keeping it in there. They know what you got to do. You ain't going to win this race, but you keep it clean, keep your position.
Yeah. Marcus has brought it down to under a second. He is stalking Dalton Kilrow. Dalton doing everything he can to make that car as wide as he can for Marcus. It's going to be interesting. I think Marcus might have a little something for him by the end of this race. 4 laps to go.
Yeah, and just an interesting side note that wouldn't matter to the viewers, but the strength of field tonight was a 13:21 I rating. And I'm going to say that's going to be a 13:21. That's a road course I rating, not an oval I rating, which you're used to seeing on here.
I don't know if they got him as a road course or not. Being in this car classification, and the Roval being part of an oval track, series, I don't know.
Actually, it brought me in as a Class D, so this is a Roval class.
All righty.
I'm sorry. I apologize. It's a road course class.
All right, then. That's why I'm seeing the rookie tags up. That's why I'm seeing rookie licensing out there. Like Russ Tarneski has a rookie tag on. I see a few D's out there, so now I understand why.
Yeah, because Brandon is in here with a road course. He's a Class A with a 2111 rating. So, like I said, it's not surprising to see him do well here.
Yeah, not surprising at all. Now, looking at that battle between Marcus and Dalton, Dalton just looks like he just got a little too much. And if you take a look at what on the back bumper of Marcus right now, who is that? That's your leader, Brandon Howe, getting ready to put P3 and P4 a lap down before the end of this race.
Right, and this is kind of what Mark kind of bets on right here. That's like getting up the lap back. That's going to get him up a little bit.
You know what? Mark Arthur, Dalton Kilrow and Marcus Hagman are no slouch races. Brandon is going to have a hell of a time getting around those two. It may slow him down enough that Mark Arthur catches back up before we get to the end of this thing.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely getting caught up a little bit. And, let's see, they're coming out in the straight here. Let's see, he can get around. He's going.
Yeah, Marcus is going to let him by. Now will Dalton do the same thing? Marcus is going to fall in right on the tire tracks of the leader. Just so when if Dalton decides to let him by, Marcus is right there to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and again, we're coming down into it, but thanks for people watching. But again, this is what you see here is just excellent driving by these people. I did about 10 laps on this thing, and it's just difficult. But these guys are putting on the clinic in here, and it's great racing.
Oh, yeah, and I'll guarantee you there's a lot of sweat pouring down the brows of these guys and on the hands of the drivers on the wheels as the leader goes around. Dalton Kilrow kicks it out wide over the grass.
Gosh.
Marcus Hagman takes advantage of it. Move Marcus up to P3. Dalton back down to P4.
Wow, that is that mental mistake we were discussing earlier.
Yep,
And he's coming back on.
Dalton is coming back around. He's going to challenge right now. 2 laps to go. We're coming
Right
to
now,
the checker. We're coming to the white flag.
Yeah, and right now this is what I'm going to be watching right here because, nobody's pushing the leader there, but man, that's going to be these guys are going to be fighting for 2 and 3.
Yeah, Marcus Hagman in the 99 entry there. Dalton Kilrow in the 41. Dalton had the 3rd spot, lost it when he kicked it wide out on the grass, giving the leader room to go around, made a little bit of a mental error. Folks, that's all it takes. But Dalton looks like he's got a machine to handle Hagman. Now, Hagman gets through the chicane a lot cleaner. Checker flag or white flag is out. Final lap.
Yeah, I said 2 and 3. I meant 3 and 4. But yeah, I think he's just going to sit back there and let it roll. These guys should be all happy with their finishing right now.
Brandon Howe, that is your leader. He has put a lap on the entire field on everyone except for your second place driver, Mark Arthur, right there. So there's second place with 3rd and 4th right in front of second place. How is that for a finish on a track, Hoot?
Well, like I said, it was regardless of whether you're a lap down, 2 laps down, it's all about position. These guys have done excellent. They're watching it relative. They realize where they're at. So, Mark's sitting back there. He knows it's over, so he's not pushing it.
Yep. Brandon Howe bringing it around the backside of the oval. Got one more chicane to hit, and then he'll bring it back out over the start-finish line. One more bit of the oval. Works it back out there. He'll have one more chicane to hit, then the start-finish line. Checker flags will be out, and this race will be in the books. We're going to cut 5 people off of this, and as soon as the points are up, I'm sure everyone will be going to Dan Lisa looking at them.
Yeah, and from my understanding, there was about 3 people in the chase that didn't drive tonight, so that might actually move a few people up. I don't know if they can get cut off or they're in their bubble.
Well, there you go, folks. Checker flag is out. Your results are going to look like this. Brandon Howe led 53 laps out of 60. Just put a clinic on. Mark Arthur in the My Little Pony Hello Kitty entry, and the number 12 entry rolls home second. Marcus Hagman brings it home third. Dalton Kilrow fourth. Rounding out your top 5 will be Adam Jocelyn. Tex DeMoss Perry in 6th. Derek Paulson bringing home a nice 7th. Grumpy, great recovery, brings home 8th position. Patrick Calgill 9th. Running out your top 10 finishes Russ Charneski. There's your leader taking his laps around. Me playing with some buttons. He's going to be bringing it around. He's going to start laying down some smoke. Well deserved. I love how he has funned me on the hood of that car. There's your leader. Brandon Howe. Let's see if we can get some drivers in here. Let's talk to our 3rd place finisher. Man, Dalton, what a heartbreaker for Dalton Kilrow. I'm going to grab them both because I I had just got to talk to both of them. I had just got to see what both of them got to say. Dalton Kilroe, Marcus Hagman. We watched that battle at the end right there for third and fourth. Marcus, it didn't look like he could get around him. Dalton, I'm sorry to see you swing it wide out into the grass and give up that position, man. Tell me about the end of the race for you.
Well, I knew my car on a long run, as we started getting low on fuel, it started to get tight and not really want to turn, probably just from me overdriving it. I know Marcus and I...
More speed on the long run.
Yeah, him and I were about to have a really good battle. Then I was going into that hill zone. I was trying to let the leader by because I didn't want to mess with him, potentially cost him the win. And then he decides to slam on the brakes going into the corner while I'm on the brakes and just... I can't turn down because I'm already on the brakes trying to let him go and not lose time to Marcus, and just completely cost me the top three. But
well, you know what?
It sucks, but
Marcus,
that's racing.
You come home on a podium. How can you call that? That sucks. You came home on a podium finish, my friend. World's fastest Swede. We were talking about you in the booth, watching you guys race. The road course that you're the one that's taught me how to drive road course so better. What do you think of the Roval in this platform of a vehicle?
I still hate the car. The car still hates me, but this time I actually got a pretty good setup, and I like this Roval better than the last one because that bus stop was a bitch.
Yeah. How did the new tire model treat you on this thing?
Really, really good. I actually got some better speed on old tires than I had on new tires, so that's why I was able to catch Dalton there at the end. Unfortunately, the leader caught him in the bad spot.
Yeah,
but such is racing. I mean, it's still a top five, so I mean, I can't be too mad about it. Top five in all three of the first chase races, so it's whatever.
Well, I'll bet you the boss, text the boss Perry's, tapping like crazy on the keyboard, getting the points updated. I know you guys are going to be interested to see who did not make that cut to the top 12.
Well, I made it, so
yeah, you're in there.
That's from.
And after last week, I already know I was locked in before this race anyway. So
yeah, you're in there. You came in second in points, 12 points behind Mark Arthur.
With a win.
Yep. Well, congratulations to the both of you for your finish. We'll look forward to seeing you next week and see what happens.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
All righty. That was your third and fourth place finisher, Marcus Hagman and Dalton Kilroe. We saw that battle going on like crazy. I got a guy, he's in the number 12 entry. Hello, Kitty, My Little Pony. You saw that pink car going around the track. Mark Arthur, I got to ask you, man, how much of a heartbreaker was it when you got a little squirrely and you were closing down on the leader, man?
Yeah, I was
pushing a little hard, huh?
I am a self-proclaimed suck at road courses, but I've gotten better. But yeah, I was. When I seen that I could catch him, I kind of pushed it a little too hard. He had a little bit different pit strategy. He was pitting a few laps earlier than me, and that was helping me at the end of the run have the better tires. And then I looped it in the bus stop there, and it sucks because had I not done that when he looped it, I may have been able to pass him and hold him off.
Yeah, we were wondering on pit strategy, man. The leader on not the last pit stop, but the one before that, we watched the leader come in. You hung it out there for like 4 more laps, and I was like, why? You were giving up track position. What were you thinking on that one?
Well, for one, I'm in a points battle, so I wanted to lead the lap for sure, and I just thought, I've always done that. I'm the one that'll stay out normally the longest and run it till she's dry, and think I might give up a little bit there, but generally I usually have a long run car. So if I give up a little bit in the beginning when I'm the slowest, I can gain more in the end when I'm normally the fastest. And that's usually my strategy of I'm going to stay out and have the best tires when I'm the best. Yeah. But it was paying off had I not spun out.
How was this new tire model treating you on this Roval?
The new tire model, the first week they had it was awesome. And I think when they did that update the next week or a few days later, I think they changed something because it doesn't feel anything like it used to. It's almost back to the way the old tire model felt, on top of the track and slippy slidey. At Indy, did you broadcast Indy?
No, I did not. I missed Indy. That was the first one of the new tire model, and I was so ticked off.
Yeah, at Indy, it felt pretty cool because it felt almost like you could feel the tires rolling over on the sidewall in the corners. You could feel that squish to the tire. And so you felt it basically leaning over on the tire before it would break loose. So you was kind of correcting it back and it wouldn't get loose. It was gripped and it was awesome. But then we went to Richmond and it was slippy slidey on top of the track. And I thought, well, maybe that was just Richmond, but now we're here and it basically feels the same. It's like they took some of the grip away from it or something.
Well, maybe we need to think about changing the setups a little bit so it doesn't feel like it's on top of the track. Because how many drivers have we said, I have a feeling like I'm on top of the track?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it just doesn't feel like it's gripping at all.
Hey, Mark, before we let you go, man, Hoop Man here, and like Byron was saying, we were looking at that pit stop, and I understand getting that lap back, and then you kept it out, and like you already explained that you got your strategy and you kept on going, and but awesome on you, and man, when I really saw it there at the end, when you were literally sliding that thing around, trying to get back up there at the end, you were pushing that car to the limit, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I pushed it a little too hard. That's what I told Brandon. He was like, "Man, you kept me honest." And I said, "Well," when I got to about 2 seconds from you, I was like, "Man, maybe he's got damage, and maybe he's got enough that I'm just going to catch him." And I started pushing it, I think, a little too hard, and I think I smoked him up a little bit and started slowing down. But
I think you did have the recovery of the night that I saw and actually got Byron down on when you went in the chicane and you spun it out and then you did a 180 and got right back on it, and that was awesome.
Oh yeah, we took an instant replay of from your perspective to show you how you worked that wheel to bring it, counter steer it, bring it back around, and just kept rolling, man. That was the driving.
Yeah, I only lost, I think, 4 or 5 seconds on the track, I think was what I lost, which is pretty good for spinning out.
No, actually, I was timing it. You lost only 1.5.
Oh, hell, that was even better than I thought then.
Yeah. Well, hey, congratulations on the win, Mark. What are your feelings into next week?
What is next week?
I was hoping you'd tell me because, I'm the one that was kind of sloughing off and missed the last 3.
Oh, I'll find out.
That's all right. Hey, we're going to say congratulations to you and let you go off.
Oh, we're at Dover.
This. Oh, you're at Dover?
Yeah, we're at Dover next week.
Oh, another high-speed sheet metal blender. Gotcha.
Here's a cool story. I don't know if you were broadcasting it then. It may have been Adam, but I had shoulder surgery back in April. And
oh, yeah, you won Dover with one arm.
With one arm. I came back off of saving fuel. I couldn't believe it. I was clutching the car and was faster than the leaders saving fuel. And I was like, what the hell? I think it was like some glitch that I found, but this new tire model, I'm sure it's not going to work again, but yeah, it should be fun. I like Dover. I like any oval track that you have to drive, but as long as it's not flat footed, I'm all for it.
All righty, man. Well, congrats on the win. Congrats moving on. And I'm sure you're more interested to see what Texas got up on points, who dropped off. So look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thanks, Byron. Thanks, Hoop.
All right, Hoop.
Moved out of your channel.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Hold on 1 second there. I gave our winner there the TeamSpeak address, and let's see if he can jump on here. So we can discuss there and give him a few seconds.
Well, I'm holding for him. I didn't see him in there.
Yeah, I just gave it to him. He was asking for it in the race, and I didn't see it. So we give it a few seconds. I don't know if you got 30 seconds or a minute to discuss the race or whatever. We'll see if he pops in.
Well, your winner is Brandon Howe. He started first, led 50. Well, it shows 54, but that was the last lap. We come back around. 53 laps. He put on a clinic on the Roval. The ruckus at the Roval, I tell you, Brandon Howe put on one hell of a show. And I was hoping I could get to talk to him. I don't see him popping up here yet.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that in the race
there
here.
He is.
Hold on a second.
I got him. Let me drag him down here with us here down into the booth. Your winner, Brandon Howe. Oh, my God, man. You put a clinic on. You ran yourself out to a huge-ass lead. I seen Mark Arthur try to track you down, almost caught you, lost a bit himself. but you managed to lead 53 out of 60 laps, man. Tell me about your experience at the Ruckus and the Roval.
Well, since this new tire model came out, it's really been suiting my driving style, and I figured out how to build the setups for it, and I love the Roval, I love the new tire model, and I pushed forward, and man, I thought it was over when I spun out there. I clipped the track bar mount on that turtle there, and it just shot me into the fence. And it gave me a little bit of engine damage and a little bit of front end damage, and I was off the pace there from then on out, just trying to maintain the gap and keep the tires.
Yeah, you were
on
off. You were losing half a second to a second a lap at that point. We were watching Mark Arthur close the gap down to under 3 seconds there at one point, and then he had an incident, looped it, and dropped back to 6.5. And it was our resignation, and it was your race to lose at that point. But I loved the paint job on your car, the way you got Fund Me on the hood. That was fun. I liked that.
Yeah, I try to have a good time, Don't have much money, and no one's willing to pay me, so I'm not going to put anybody else's logo on the car, so might as well put some duct tape on it and call it a day, put some primer on it. We're good to go.
That's kind of like all my paint jobs. They have student driver on the back. But
I don't want to put rookie stripes on it, but I forgot this race, so.
Yeah, well, you know what? I want to say congratulations. I haven't seen you running with NASCOM. Is this your first race with them, or have you been here before?
First race, yeah. Joined a practice session today, had a good time, and figured I'd join the league.
Well, welcome to the league, man. Open setups, Saturday night, K&N car racing. It doesn't get any better than that. Are you going to be here for next week? Because next week we're going to Dover. Let me get your thoughts on that.
Sounds a good time. Schedule isn't necessarily open, so I'm not sure on that one, but I'll try to be here if I'm available.
It's the same, yeah, we run at the same time, so if your schedule is allowing you to do it, we'd love to see you come, because, it's Dover. We're just going to throw a bunch of sheet metal into a high-speed blender and see what comes out.
Yeah, that's about what the Roval is, too. Race of attrition.
Yep.
I don't know of anyone who didn't loop it or hit the fence at some point today.
Yeah, Hoot, you got any questions for our winner, Brandon Howe?
The only thing I can say is I'm looking up at the stats. You definitely came in as you definitely got a higher rating, and you came as an A-class driver. Safety rating isn't that great, but you definitely put on a show here tonight, dude. Very nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
All righty. Well, that's your winner, folks. Brandon Howe. He is he put on a clinic, man, and that's all I really got to say about that. I don't know how much more I can even get into it.
It was good times. Good times.
Yep, NASCOM Saturday night. ESPN. Coverage, Esports Broadcasting Network. Yours truly, Byron Rodney, my good buddy, Hoot Baker. Enjoying to bring you the race on Saturday night. Esports Broadcasting Network. iRacing is a platform. NASCOMOnline, Saturday night, K&N Racing. Hoot, we'll see you next week. Dover, Delaware.
See you then.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, for Byron Rodney and Hoot Baker, well, for Hoot Baker, it's me, Byron Rodney. Like I said, only reason we're here is they can't afford to pay anyone that's worth anything. So you're stuck with us. But you know what? We had a lot of fun. I don't know how much more to put it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll see you next Saturday.